In love with my, I must admit I got a gutter. Shawty with the grab it, now I make 'em sick with every. This we end it quick, I saw my. I didn't know you crossing me. They wishing for me wanna me.
Lined him up and knocked him down.
Win?
That's
Take
not
the
playing well
Bills,
as far as
baby.
team chemistry goes.
Ready to rumble, young blood.
AMP. It's your world. We just live it.
MP, what's up?
Chillin', man, chillin'. Yo, you wanna do a jersey swap after the game?
I don't know, man. I don't do that too much.
Oh, come on, man, it'll be fun. I know. You wanna hang my jersey up in your trophy room?
You know what? If you win, I'll think about it. Be competitive. I like that. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. Alongside Greg Anthony, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And tonight, we'll be joined by the man with his finger on the pulse of the NBA, no one better than Shams Charania. Shams, it is so great to have you courtside with us.
Well, Kevin, thank you so much. Talking basketball is what and honestly, we were born to do, so let's do it.
Look at the guys by our side, man. We all love this game. Let's go right into it. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Sohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Vassell in at the 3, the small forward. One thing Shams here talked about, banning top 10 pick protections in trades. Why is that?
We saw Dallas absorb a big fine a couple years ago, but then they drafted Derek Lively, and it truly worked out for them. So if you're going to avoid that, maybe it's better to change the trade rules to avoid those kinds of incentives. But Dallas really, I think if they could do that over again and absorb the fine, they would want it to be double the amount, the way that Derek Lively looked and the way that he played.
Well said. I totally agree.
Known for his strong defense, Castle is someone any coach would love to have. He is a hard-working rookie.
And he sinks the second. When you look at the NBA, Shams, any changes you'd like to see?
To me, it's having players stay healthy, right? I would love to have a rule that players just play and the top players are there playing the most meaningful moments of regular season games and allowing players to have freedom defensively. And the league can find plenty of other ways to discourage players, but to allow players to really be there in the big moments, to defend at a high level. And I would just love to have a healthy serum that we can spread around the league and keep these guys on the field.
I think here at the table, we're all nodding our heads, looking up and down. We all agree completely with what you say. Here now is Dinwiddie, following the three-pointer from De'Aaron Fox. Davis, the pass to Dinwiddie. 5 on the clock. Back to Davis. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
There's a fluid power and athleticism that he possesses. Nearly impossible to contain Davis inside.
And we saw some players banged up down the stretch last season, Shams.
I'm told that there was a focus on maybe allowing some more flexibility in physicality. It definitely upped the intensity some, and I think that's what the fans want, but there are going to be some trade-offs, and that includes the free throw rates, that includes game time, and in the long haul, adding some more physicality and adding some more attention to detail defensively and allowing defenders to play more and defend more. That should be good for the game.
Yeah, those were good trends, I would agree. Yep, that one goes.
And early on, they looked great. They made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. He's checked in for Q. And now let's take a look at the most efficient scoring teams in the NBA. The Mavericks, number 1.
Are just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal.
Shams, I know you can't reveal all your secrets, but how do you develop relationships with your sources, the players, the agents, the GMs, the scouts all over the NBA?
It comes year after year. This has been something I've been doing for the better course of the last 15 years. So for me, it's about relationships, it's about daily communication, and making sure that I keep the trust, I keep the faith, and I keep a level of respect with everyone that I come across. Relationships are the name of the game, especially in the NBA.
Well, that's what I've heard about you. They trust you. So if they're going to confide, they know they can trust you. I would think that would be maybe the core of how you operate.
Trust and faith, and that develops early, not taking shortcuts. I'm very much for the long game.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. We've got Paul. Kelvin Johnson is out there with Barnes. Then it's De'Aaron Fox. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here's Exum. Scoreless thus far. And that one, good. Hey, Shams, you're always on the pulse of those league-changing trades. We certainly saw some impactful ones last season.
Across the board, the Pacers, the Mavericks, they made deep runs, and they did so on the back of some big trade deadline moves. Those are transformations that excite all of us to witness. Even New York, getting OG Anunoby at the trade deadline. This is a league that's built on capitalizing at the moment and striking when the iron's hot, and we saw multiple teams do that this last season.
That trade deadline was phenomenal for those teams you mentioned. Really impactful. The 11-footer, and he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And in the mid-range ball, so dangerous. He has a lot of angles he likes in that area.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Dallas shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for Dallas.
That free throw, no good. And Shams, I've always wondered, watching you, reading you, when did you first fall in love with the NBA? And when did you decide to cover it?
Really, when I was around 10, 11 years old, I grew up in Chicago right as the Bulls dynasty was starting. I wasn't quite old enough, but I was old enough to see some of those scrappy Bulls teams in the mid-2000s. And basketball was always a part of the national discourse, but also part of my life playing it, and then now being someone that's able to inform the audience and the public.
You know what? I'm looking up and down this table. I think we all feel the exact same way. Lively finds Davis. Back to Lively. Here's Thompson. Oh, Thompson, tough shot.
How about the body control Thompson has? Used to taking punishment and still able to convert.
Right side, Fox. Barnes outside. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, he has great hands. P.J. can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time. Here's Thompson. Again, the Mavericks score.
And one of the most composed scores we have in our league. Thompson has the poise to make every shot count.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Najee Marshall, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Thompson. The Spurs also changing it up. Wembanyama, he's checked in for Johnson. Vassell comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Paul in for De'Aaron Fox. Pass to Wembanyama. Shoots it up. And Lively pulls it down. Lively's got 5 rebounds tonight. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. And what a treat it was to have Shams stop by. He's definitely become part of the fabric of the NBA.
Yeah, and I'll say this. You won't meet a harder worker in terms of NBA coverage. Shams has amazing dedication to his craft.
Here's Davis. Davis doing his thing inside.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pass to Castle. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Davis. Oh, Davis absorbing the contact.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Wembanyama with it. Last time out, he had 38 points. To halt the run. No good that time. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we'll be back with you shortly.
The Kings are just not fully healthy. It's unfortunate that Sabonis is hurt. He's a multi-talented big man. He's well-schooled, always in the right position, and without him, the team loses the catalyst, who's very dependable.
And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the Dallas Mavericks.
One of the best.
And that concludes.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
That's certainly what I'd do. Until the defense shows they can stop him, ride the hot hand.
We've got Q. Derek Lively is out there with Davis. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie, and it's Marshall in at the 3. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Spurs trail by 13. Fox with it, defended by Dinwiddie. Good on the bucket. 9 points for De'Aaron Fox.
Nice work inside from the smaller Fox. So cunning and crafty around the rim.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He wants to talk to his guys. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Take a look at the Mavericks. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, there's the Spurs. They're just sitting one spot down right on their heels.
And right now for San Antonio,
It's been the kind of start to their season what a lot of experts were predicting. And by that, I mean a very strong start.
Yeah, this is the start they wanted to have, but their goals are much bigger. They're focused on playing into June and bringing home a championship.
All right, Stan, let's put that coaching hat back on you. How in the world would you game plan for a player like Victor Wembanyama?
Well, that's a great question, Kevin, and there are no great answers because he's so good. I think when you're guarding him, you want to be as physical as you can and keep him as far away from the basket as possible to negate his length. Defensively, or when you're on offense, his defense, I think you want to use his instincts to block shots against him, take the ball at him, draw him, and get the ball to open people.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, but if it were that good, it would work more often against a guy that good.
Here's Castle, guarded by Davis, and the basket by Castle.
A bigger guard, 6'6" Castle can just overwhelm defenders. Impressive for his age.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. A nice shot by Q. San Antonio with the ball. They trail by 14. Wembanyama outside. The kick out to Fox. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. And the Mavericks with some changes. Washington comes in for Anthony Davis. And it's Klay Thompson in for Dinwiddie. Johnson's checked in for San Antonio. Dallas leading by 14. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talent, and you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is one of one. Hey, thank you for the report. A different look for Dallas. Dante Exum is checked in for Derek Lively. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
And also, they took advantage of their quickness, got inside and blew through the open lanes. Great job of attacking the paint.
On the court for San Antonio, Zohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. Fox is out there with Castle, and it's Vassell in at the 3 spot. Outside, Davis. Just 5 on the clock. Tries from the block, uses the glass that time, and it's good. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
Whoa, he really got his defender on his heels on that one. What a fantastic play, guys.
Pass to Castle. It's rebounded by Dallas. Lively's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Dinwiddie. And the rejection by Wembanyama. From deep, the size, the shooting touch. Wembanyama is unreal.
And when Wembanyama is connecting from deep, he is downright unguardable. This is how special a talent he is.
And the rejection by Wembanyama. And here is Vassell. Wembanyama looking it over. Offensive rebound. Vassell, no good. Dallas leading by 6. Now, Dinwiddie. Davis has the open look. Dallas, no good that time either. Here's Castle. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Davis.
And what makes Castle so difficult to guard is that he keeps defenders off balance with his constant change in pace.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
Every point matters in a game like this. We should remember that in this free throw when it's all said and done.
Here's Q. Back to Lively. Dinwiddie against Fox. Wembanyama with the rebound. Spurs have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter.
What a play from the rookie. Castle showing this team they can rely on him when it counts.
Pass to Q. Outside, Davis.
Good. Stepping up. Davis is a fantastic option late. You know with that height and skill set, he's going to get a good look.
And the short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team during the break. He told his players, I need you to play smarter out there. You're in a rush right now, and that's why we're behind. Slow things down, run our plays. We'll see if that tempo shifts at all. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And the second of 2 is good. That shrinks the margin to just 4.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
And an intentional foul right there.
14 foul.
And so they foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. 15 foul. At the line for 2. Dinwiddie.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
And then foul, trying to extend that game.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. 29 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Spurs working the ball around now. Here's Castle. It's rebounded by Dallas, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Castle. First personal foul. Team is in penalty. Now at the line for your match.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. Three-pointer. Got it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Something Castle continues to work on. It's crucial that he becomes more consistent from deep.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
He had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
Here's Castle. Can't connect from long distance. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but
Good game, MP. Still want that jersey? Yeah, man, for sure. You saw how hard I was working out there.
And let's do it.
Oh, man, I appreciate it.
Hey, you earned it, bro.
You did your thing, bro. Good luck the rest of the season.
You too, man. Stay healthy.
You too.